Hello, this is Math 6, Lesson 5-8, Ratio Reasoning, Convert Customary Units. In this lesson, we'll be able to use ratio reasoning to convert customary measurements. There are going to be a lot of big words, but don't freak out. It's going to be fine. You already know all the math skills involved in it. Let's look at solve and discuss it. If 6.5 feet of snow were to fall in a 24-hour period, would the 1921 record be broken? There are 12 inches in 1 foot. Okay, let's look at the record. What is our 1921 record? Record-breaking snowfall, 75.8 inches in 24 hours. That is our highest record in 1921. Okay, whoops. I want to cover the information. 75.8 inches in 24 hours, right? So we have a ratio here, 75.8 inches in 24 hours. Okay, we have another record to compare to. 6.5 feet of snow were to fall in 24-hour period. Notice that 6.5 is in feet and 75.8 inches are in inches, right? That's why they give you additional information, 12 inches in 1 foot. This is an important information to know. Okay, so then you want to convert inches to feet or feet to inches. Okay, so first we're going to use this ratio to figure out, how many inches are would 6.5 feet be? So use 12 inches per 1 foot to find the equivalent ratio for how many inches would 6.5 feet be, right? So this is the first thing you're gonna do. 1 times 6.5 is 6.5. So you're going to multiply 12 times 6.5. If you do that, 6.5 by 2 times 2 would be 130, 13, and then 6.5. So you have 78 inches. It's equal to 78 inches. So then you can say, would 78 be greater than or less than 75.8? You're going to compare these two. 78 is greater than 75.8, right? 78 inches per 24 hours would be more snow. So 78 wins. So the record would be broken. So the answer is yes. The record will be broken because 78 inches is greater than 75.8 inches. Okay, so in this lesson, we're going to think about units and measurements, and we need to do a lot of converting units. Fine. Let's look at focus on math practices. How many feet of snow would need to fall in Silver Lake, Colorado to break the 1921 24-hour snowfall record from 1921? Okay, so we're using the same record, 25.8 inches in 24 hours. How many feet of snow to break it? So we just need to find 25.8 inches in feet. And if it's greater than that, you will be able to break it. So what they're asking for is how much is 25.8 inches in feet, basically. Okay, so 75.8 inches in feet. Right? So how do you figure that out? You're going to use the same conversion factor. Okay, you know 12 inches are in 1 foot. So how do you make the ratio? 12 inches per 1 foot. And then that's equal to 75.8 inches over your answer in feet. So what do you need to do? You need to know the factor that's multiplying 12 in order to make 75.8. How do you get that? 12 times something is 75.8. So you divide 75.8 by 12. So 75.8 divided by 12, and it's going to be your conversion, your factor, right? 12 times 6 would be 72. And 5 minus 2 is 3, 38. You multiply this by 3, right, to get 39. Wait, 36. You get 20. And so you get 4, 3, wait, 1. And so on. Am I doing this right? 75.8 divided by 12. 6.3166667. So yeah, that's gonna be a repeating decimal. So in order to break this record, right? It's going to be 6.316 repeated. Okay. 6.316 repeated. So in order to break this, it needs to be greater than that, right? So what can you say? How many feet of snow would need to fall? About 6 point, you could do 32, because 32 is greater than 6.316 repeated, or about 6, if you're gonna round it up to the 10th, it needs to be greater than 3, right? It needs to be about 3.4, okay? It depends where you round up for this problem, okay? It just needs to be greater than the digit that you're rounding up to. Okay, so how can you use ratios to convert customary units of measure? Let's look at example 1. Convert customary units of length. The sidewalk in front of a store is 4.5 feet wide. The city regulations establish a maximum width for sidewalks of 66 inches. Does the sidewalk meet the city regulations? We'll see. So we have some customary units over here. 1 foot is 12 inches, 1 yard is 36 inches, 1 yard is 3 feet, 1 mile would be 5,280 feet, 1 mile would be also 1,760 yards. Okay, so what do we need? We don't need all of that right now. You need to be able to see which information that you need. 4.5 feet wide. And then we have 66 inches maximum. So it needs to be less than 66 inches, right? So we just need to convert feet in inches. So we just need this part. But in the future, you'll need other conversion units. So mark this page so that you can come back when you need the units. So one way, you can write the width of the sidewalk in inches, right? So 4.5 feet is 54 inches by using the ratio. 12 inches is equal to 1 feet. So that's equivalent to X inches over 4.5. You multiply 1 by 4.5 to get 4.5 feet. So you're going to do the same thing to 12 inches. And then you multiply 12 times 4.5 to get 54 inches. So 4.5 feet would be equivalent to 54 inches. Another way, it's a similar way. but you're going to use dimensional analysis to compare measures by including measurement units when you multiply by a conversion factor. That's a bit of that. There's a lot of big words there. A conversion factor is a rate that compares equivalent measures. So basically, you're going to use the same conversion factor, which is 12 inches over 1 feet. But dimensional analysis is gonna give you how to solve for the unit that you want. So basically, if you start with feet, you're gonna use the conversion factor 12 inches over feet, so that feet divided by feet cancels out, and then you have 4.5 times 12 inches left. What if you have 54 inches that you want to convert into feet? Then you're going to flip the conversion factor. So this is just another example, okay, with 1 feet over 12 inches. Okay, you're going to multiply the reciprocal because why? 1 feet is still equal to 12 inches. We're going to use the same conversion factor, but instead of changing feet to inches, you're changing inches to feet. So you want inches to cancel out. So you're going to divide inches together, right? So that they cancel out. Inch divided by inch would be gone. So 54 times 1 would be 54, and you still need to divide 54 by 12, but your whatever you get would be in feet. Does that make sense? So you could use a conversion factor depending on which dimension you want to get. That is called the dimensional analysis. Okay, it just sounds harder, but basically it means you're gonna use the conversion factor and the reciprocal of it to find whatever measurement you want to find. Okay, let's look at try question. According to city regulations, how many, so the answer here, it meets the city regulations because 54 is less than 66. Okay, that's the answer. Try it. How many feet wide is the maximum sidewalk width? So you want to convert 66 inches into feet. They ask you how many feet. So you want to find how many feet is 66 inches. So you can use the dimensional analysis here, 66 inches. Would you use 12 inches over 1 foot or 1 foot over 12 inches? Because you want to get rid of inches, you need to put inches on the bottom. So 12 inches in the denominator so that the inches cancel out when you divide, and then 1 foot. Okay, and so you have 66 divided by 12 feet, and that is equal to 5.5 feet. That is your answer. Okay, convince me, what conversion factor would you use when converting 66 inches to feet? What did you use? 1 foot over 12 inches. Why? When you multiply 1 foot and divide 12 inches by 66 inches, it cancels out the inches and leaves feet. Okay, that is what you want. All right, let's look at example 2. Convert customary units of capacity. So capacity is how much liquid or how much volume you would measure. So these are customary units. It's not metric. So metric would be meters and centimeters and liters, right? But these are the customary units that the states use. But yeah, just in case you want to know how to convert them, there's all the conversion factors, so you can use this table. Okay. Let's look at example 2. Jonah has 15 gallons of water for a camping trip. How many quarts of water does he have? Okay, 15 gallons. You want to convert 15 gallons to quarts. Do we see any gallons to quarts conversion units? Gallons to quart. QT is quart. Okay, by the way, TBSP is tablespoon. And C is cup. FLOZ is fluid ounces. QT is quarts. PT is pints. Okay, and gal is gallons. What else? TSP is not the same as TBSP. TSP is teaspoon. Okay, so TSP is teaspoon, TBSP is tablespoon, and they're different. Okay, one way you're gonna use an equivalent rate, you're gonna do the ratio thing, make a proportion, and figure out what factor you're multiplying them by, and then get the equivalent quarts. Another way, you're gonna use dimensional analysis. 15 gallons times 4 quart over 1 gallon, because that's the conversion unit you're gonna use. And you're gonna put the gallons on the denominator and the bottom so that you cancel out the gallons and you get the quarts left. So 15 times 4 would be 60, and that's 60 quarts. Okay, Jonah has 60 quarts of water. Try question. Brandon is making bread. His recipe says to use 2.5 tablespoons of sugar. How many teaspoons of sugar should he use? Can you do it by yourself? All right, how many tablespoons is equal to a teaspoon? Right here. 1 tablespoon is equal to 3 teaspoons, right? So 1 tablespoon is equal to 3 teaspoons. And so that's a tablespoon. Okay, so you can use dimensional analyses. 1 1/2 tablespoon times, you need to put tablespoon on the bottom. 1 tablespoon is equal to 3 teaspoons. And so tablespoons cancel out. And change this to improper fraction. 5/2 times 3 teaspoons. Okay, so then you have 15/2 teaspoons, or what's that in improper fraction? 7.5 teaspoons. There you go. All right, example 3, convert customary units of weight. The alpine pika is a small mammal, cute, in the rabbit family. How much does the alpine pika weigh in pounds? The number of ounces in the conversion rate is greater than the number of ounces that the pika weighs. Use division to find the equivalent rate. So we got the unit conversion for weights. Okay, again, I will tell you what the abbreviations mean. IB stands for pounds, okay? And OZ stands for ounces, okay? And then the T, is it in time? Yes, the big T is tons. Okay, it's the biggest weight measure. Okay, so one way, you know that it's gonna weigh 10 ounces. Okay, you wanna convert that in pounds. You know 16 ounces would equal to 1 pound. You're gonna use an equivalent rate. And then write a ratio, put the proportion. 16 ounces over 1 pound is equivalent to 10 ounces over how many pounds, right? You're gonna divide both numbers by 1.6 to get 10 pounds and 0.6 0.625 pounds. 10 ounces and 0.625 pounds. Or you can use dimensional analysis where you can put 10 ounces times 1 pound divided 1 pound per 16 ounces. And then 10 over 16 is 0.625 pounds. Okay. Either way, you're going to get the same answer. So how many pounds does the elephant weigh? It weighs 3.3 tons. That's a really heavy weight. So you know 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. Okay, so you're going to use, if you're using dimensional analysis, you're going to use 3.3 tons, or big T, times, you want 1 T on the bottom, and then 2,000 pounds on top, so that you cancel out the tons. And then you're going to multiply 3.3 by 2,000. That's going to be 6,600 pounds. So how many pounds does an elephant weigh? 6,600 pounds. Okay, or if you use ratios, you can say, well, I'm going to start with 2,000 pounds over 1 T. And that's equivalent to 3.3 T to X pounds. 1 times 3.3 is T. So I'm going to multiply 2,000 by 3.3. And then that is 6,600 pounds. All right, that was lesson 8. You can convert customary measures by finding equivalent rates or by using dimensional analysis. And please use the customary units table when you don't remember. You don't have to memorize it for the quizzes, okay? Did I ever talk about the abbreviations here? So last minute, feet will be feet. YD will be yards. MI will be miles. IN will be inches. I just assumed you know these. Okay, that was lesson 8, ratio reasoning, convert customary units. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.